All right, I need to go on a rant. I was going to do this yesterday, but I was like, I'll get over it. I'm going to rant about this. Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, so I've got a Sears credit card that I've had for over 10 years. It's a great credit card because you get a lot of coupons when I used to shop at Sears, and also gives me like these cash advances for 0%. I mean, got lots of points. I mean, it's a great credit card. Okay, as of last month, my total balance on the Sears card was 40 something dollars, and it was my intention to pay it off soon. I was just waiting for the statement. I have my account on auto pay, and I wasn't, I let my payments go on auto pay. Every now and then I look if I can pay it off, I'll pay it off. Okay, so for the June 2nd payment, and I've learned my lesson, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again. June 2nd is when the payment was due. My auto pay payments hit on the due date, and that's what I'm going to fix next time. I'm never going to do that again. So my auto pay starts to go through on the due date of June 2nd, and it was $29. And, if that would have worked, life would be good, because my final balance for July would have been $21. And I would say, okay, my last payment, pay off the card. What happened was the payment somehow got kicked back from my bank. And I get a text message on my phone, your payment got returned from your Sears card. Please call. I always call to confirm, because I never know with these texts if they're legitimate, if it's spam or whatever. So I call Sears. What happened? Your payment was returned. I said, okay, let me call my bank. I don't know what the problem is, but let me check on that. I have over $2,000 in my checking account. There should be no problem. Call my bank. They're like, we don't know. We don't see any kind of return. There shouldn't be a problem. And I have other bills that are getting paid successfully. So I said, I really don't know what happened. Oh, I know what happened. I was complaining about my overdraft fees from 3 months ago, and my checking account people were suggesting I switch to a different kind of checking account. And so through my bank messaging system, they said, why don't you switch to this kind of checking account? It doesn't have overdraft fees. I said, that sounds good. Go ahead and do it. It was just through the message. It was free. I didn't have to sign anything. It was as simple as that. Yeah, switch it, right? It was like flipping a switch. And that happened June 2nd, okay? No, that didn't happen June 2nd. That happened last April. And right after that happened, when I told them to switch it, they said, oh, we got a return mail from you. I don't know if I'm making sense. Can you please confirm your mailing address? Well, I haven't moved. It's my house. I said, yeah, this is my address. Oh, that's the address we have on file. But see, I didn't see their message until June 2nd. So I had switched the checking account type last April. The address confirmation happened June 2nd. They said, oh, that's the address we have on file. Well, apparently something happened on June 2nd to make my Sears payment return. And I think that's what happened. They were messing around in the system with my address, which has not changed. And I swear to God, if I get a letter from my bank saying we changed your address to my same address, I'm going to know that this is what happened. Okay, so the Sears payment got returned on June 2nd. This is where everything went to hell. So I got that text alert on the 7th, 3 days ago. your payment's returned. Well, that puts my account overdue. So I call in, I said, okay, my bank doesn't know what happened. I think it was a glitch, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me pay you. Let me fix it. You know, the payment got returned. Let me return it back. Let's put everything back the way it was. $29, no problem. And so they were like, well, oh God, you're not gonna believe this. Well, if I help you make a payment, it's a $4 charge. And I'm like, no. Now, I don't log into my Sears website account very often, so I always forget the password. So every time I try to log in is a password reset. And I always just call them. It's so much easier. So they were like, $4 fee. I said, no. Let me just log into my account, okay? I'll call you back or whatever. I log into my account, reset the password. I'm just trying to go in there to pay it, okay? It shows the payment return of $29, but that's all it shows. Now we're in another statement cycle, and it's assuming I paid the $29, and so it's giving me the final balance of $21. I cannot fix the $29 payment. All I can do is pay $21. So I do that. I pay $21. But that's the July cycle. So I know that 29 plus 21 is what, almost $50. And is that right? Yeah, okay. And I want to pay that. But I don't want to be like I'm off 50 cents or maybe I'm short 50 cents. I want to know exactly how much to pay so that I'm caught up, and let's just fix this, go back the way we were. So I call in again, Sears. Tell me what the payoff amount is. Knowing what you know, with the payment return, I've got the money. I know my checking account is fine. In fact, other bills were going through just fine. I didn't get any calls from anybody else. There shouldn't be any problem. There should be no reason to change anything. Just tell me how much I owe you to pay off this account. Okay. The first guy is like listening, I think. I'm telling him the whole story from the very beginning, A to Z, and then he goes back to robot mode. Your total due is $21. And I'm like, I just paid that, but there's this $29 floating around. And like I know he's not a bot. I know he's not a computer, because computers will go off on crazy stuff. So then he just sits there silent, and I'm like, did I dial the right number? Because he's not talking like, a representative of Sears, I mean, whatever the company is at this point, because they close a lot of stores, but not what I would have expected for the Sears credit card, okay? So I said, do you understand that my payment of $29 got returned? Okay, I want to pay you that. But I also want to pay you that plus the rest of what I owe. Okay, so I don't know. Came out, we were talking about it was like $48, $50. I want to pay this. So whatever his computer system, he's not telling me what the problem is. All he's telling me is, all I can do is make a payment of $21, but it's like a robot. Okay, so I'm like, I'm fed up. This was 30 minutes on the phone. Total hour just trying to fix the problem. I said, did you forget what I told you 5 minutes ago? And he's silent. I said, I think you need to drink some coffee, because you just don't remember you're lost. Okay. I said, I know your job is hard. I was nice. I know your job is hard. I've done the job before, customer service. Can you please transfer me to somebody that can help me? He goes, do you want to speak to my supervisor? I said, no, I want to speak to someone who can help me. I'm going to transfer you to my supervisor because you don't believe me, blah, 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 blah. No, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just that you're not hearing me. Okay. So I said, look, I'm going to hang up the phone. I'm going to call back and I'm going to get a different person. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. He doesn't say anything. So I said, goodbye. Call back. I swear to God, it sounded like the same guy. Okay. So all I could do is say, can you please confirm you're not the guy that I talked to 5 minutes ago? And then it was the same thing, like didn't understand what I was saying, okay? And I'm trying to be nice about it, so I'm trying to, because just in case it is that guy, okay? And then just in case it's the guy's friend or somebody, I said, well, I called back 5 minutes ago, and I've done your job. I've done customer service, so I know there's notes on my call. So if you could read the notes, you'll know what I'm calling about. It might help you understand what I'm calling about. And it was the same guy, I swear to God. But he was out of it. Okay, I don't know if he was sitting there in training or something, he was distracted. I don't know what was going on, but he was not with it. Okay, almost worrisome. Okay, so he goes, I'm reading the notes. And I said, well, can you just confirm that the person that I talked to 5 minutes ago is not you? Hang on a second. Okay, I think my dog caught a fly on the door. And he goes, that's not me. And I don't know. It was him. Okay. Anyway, so I'm like, let me try this again. and it wouldn't be surprising if it was the same guy because of the way the phone systems funnel, because they're trying to funnel calls so that you're not on hold. And if there's a guy that's not getting a lot of calls, those calls will go to him. And it all has to do with time zones and stuff. So anyway, so I explain it. I said, okay, let me try to explain this as simply as possible because it's complicated. And it shouldn't be that complicated. But anyway, I said, I was on auto pay. I was auto paying on time. The payment got returned. My bank account doesn't understand why. That doesn't matter. I know my bank account's working. Other bills are getting paid. I'm going to do this again. Can you please tell me the total payoff of the card? I want to pay everything off. And then I made the mistake of going, what about the extra interest? I don't want to pay that, it would be like 5 cents or something. That confused him again. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm tired. He just couldn't. Okay. It really was a long, I can't even remember. Okay. I hung up the phone. I said, I'll tell you what, look, I'm going to call back tomorrow. Okay. And I hope I get somebody else, Well, that was yesterday. I was so tired that I did not call yesterday. I called this morning. Okay, now listen to this. And this is why I'm making this video. Call this morning. Seems like I get a different guy. It is a guy, same accent, but talks totally differently. So I'm thinking, okay, let me just trust that it is a different guy because I can't tell. I can't really hear on the phone, and I think it's an international call. To be honest, the reason why my phone is charged, I should have signal. I never have problems. So he's very nice, very different kind of customer service. So I explain it to him. And he goes, okay. And that's what I want to hear. You're hearing me. Okay, good. Okay, so now he looks at my account. He goes, well, I see that you made a payment of $21, and that was 2 days ago. And then I see that you made another payment at $29. And stupid me, I'm like, I don't remember that. But actually I did just that right on the phone right then. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay. So now I said, okay, now, good. Okay, now tell me, given those, what you see, how much more do I owe you to pay this off? Because when I look at the website, it says that I'm in arrears $7. And they added a return fee of $29. So my returned payment that I owed was $29. Then the return fee happens to be $29. So that makes everything confusing. Okay, so I'm in arrears $7. I said, listen, let me just pay you. Pay it off. How much do I owe you? And please refund that return fee. He goes, I'm going to transfer you to a special department that handles this kind of thing. And I said, great. Yes, please do. Okay. And he does this professionally. He gets the other person on the phone. We have a 3-way call. He says, let me introduce you to so-and-so. They're going to help you from here. Thank you. Have a great day. That's how it should be, right? Okay. So then he hangs up. I'm listening. Hello? Hello? Nobody. Hello? She finally comes on. Hello. And it's a woman. Okay. Good. Now I know it's not the same guy. Okay. So the phone quality is worse. And she's got a very high-pitched voice, so it's worse. I can barely understand her. So I said, can you please talk slowly and low? Okay, very sorry about the inconvenience. Okay, good. We're getting somewhere. She said, I understand you want to make a payment. I said, yes, I want to pay off the card. I have to explain it to her again. I understand. I'm sorry for the frustration. That's how it should be. Okay. Okay. The problem is not with her now. The problem is I can't hear her. I can't hear her. What are you saying? Oh my God. Okay. So I get little bits and pieces. I said, please repeat that. Please repeat that. Okay, get little bits and pieces. So she said, make a payment of 7 something, whatever, you're in arrears. Okay, I will do that. Okay. But she said, you'll have to do this tomorrow because the payment you made today is pending. I said, okay, wait. I'm going to fix that. Get online. I edit the payment. I add it up myself because apparently nobody at Sears Credit Card has a damn calculator. And I edit the payment to $46. I don't know what's going on. I thought the total was $48 yesterday. Now I look at it and it's like $50. I don't know. So anyway, $29 plus whatever's in arrears, $17. I don't even think this is right. Okay, because so I'm trying to make the payment that was returned, which is $29. And then they say I'm in arrears of $17.17, but I think that $17.17 is the arrears of the 21 versus 29. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't consider myself OCD, but I do consider myself Asperger's. So if I get a check in the mail for $1.15, I'm going to flip my lid, okay? And I hate that. All right, anyway. Fixed the payment, $46.17, paid today. I swear to God, I'm going to have a credit. I know I'm going to have a credit. The reason why I'm freaking out is because I wanted to use this card to get a cash advance because I've got the coupon. I was ready to go. I need that money now. And I have to wait who knows how long, a week or two before all of this fixes. Because if I do the cash advance now, this little tiny amount is at an interest rate of 20-something percent. And when you're doing a cash advance on top of that, you'll never get rid of that. It always adds a lot of interest to a tiny amount. and then you've got your 0% interest for the rest. But you can never get rid of that. And the worst part of that is when you're paying 20+% interest on $20, that is whatever, a dollar, whatever it is, that dollar is earning 20 something percent interest, or not earning, but charging you, is costing you 20. So you can never get rid of it. And I'm trying to do this cash advance for whatever 6-12 months that they give you. I'm gonna be paying 20+% interest for a whole year on $20. And I hate that, okay? All right, so just need to be patient. I need to just fix my other cards, see if I've got an alternative. And man, I keep this Sears card empty for the most part for this reason, because every now and then I get these cash advance, which really saves me a lot of money. About once a year I can do it, saves a lot of interest. And the reason why there's this $30 or whatever is I think I used the Sears card to buy lunch, because you want to kind of keep your cards active so that they don't close them. And I must in my organizational way, I had the cards that I never use, and I said, let me buy lunch so that they can see. And then this happened. So ideally, do not have credit cards, but have credit cards, pay them off. Have credit cards, use them, pay them off. You need a good credit score in order to buy houses and cars. You need that. So you do need credit. You need a good credit report. And I'm also freaking out because I don't want this to go on my credit report after all the work I've done. And yet I can't talk to someone at Sears about that. Please do not report this to the credit bureau. You can pay us $21. I don't care about the money. Just do not report this. I think I'm gonna wait. an hour, call them back. Okay, the little kitty's crying. I gotta go feed her. Bye.